AlTA for refusing to share my daughter's 27 Christmas gifts with her half-brother who got one. I, 32M, am a father to an amazing 7-year-old daughter named Zara. She's my pride and joy, the light of my life, and honestly, I'd do anything for her. Her birthday also happens to be on Christmas Eve, which means every year I go all out to make her feel special. And trust me, this year was no exception. But let me give you a little background before diving into the mess that was Christmas morning. Zara is my daughter with my ex, 30F. Our relationship ended in one of the messiest ways possible: infidelity. While we were still together, she cheated on me and ended up getting pregnant with another man's child. I won't lie, finding out broke me. I had been ready to propose. I had been planning our future together, and in one moment, everything came crashing down. When the truth came out, I kicked her out. She ended up having the baby, a little boy who's now 5. The biological father is a deadbeat who pops in and out of the kid's life whenever he feels like playing Dad of the Year. As a result, my ex has full custody of her son. Meanwhile, Zara mostly lives with me. I have custody for 3 weeks out of every month. She stays with her mom 1 week out of every 4. I'm proud to say Zara and I have an incredibly close bond. I've worked hard to make sure she knows she's loved, valued, and cherished, especially considering the instability on her mom's side. As for my relationship with my ex, it's pretty much non-existent. Our interactions are strictly limited to co-parenting conversations, and even those are often tense. Over the years, she's shown me countless times that she hasn't really changed. She's selfish, manipulative, and has a habit of making her problems everyone else's responsibility. Oh, and as a cherry on top of the dysfunction sundae, she once told her son that I was his dad. Yeah, you read that right. I've corrected him whenever possible, but it's clear my ex hasn't stopped feeding him that narrative. It's beyond messed up, and I still don't understand her logic there. Anyway, let's fast forward to this past Christmas. As I mentioned, Zara's birthday is Christmas Eve. I've always tried to make sure she doesn't feel overshadowed by Christmas. I buy her birthday presents and Christmas presents separately, and we celebrate each occasion fully. This year I went all out. 20 gifts from me, 5 gifts from my brother, her uncle, 2 gifts from her mom. That's 27 gifts in total. They range from big-ticket items like a brand new bike and a Kindle to smaller things she had specifically asked for: a chemistry kit, new art supplies, and her favorite toys. About a week before Christmas, Zara told me something odd. She said her mom wanted to spend Christmas as one family this year. But when I pressed her, it became clear that it wasn't her idea, it was her mom's. My ex had tried to make it seem like Zara wanted us all to be together, but Zara admitted she didn't really care either way. I asked her if she'd be okay with it, and she said she would, as long as her brother didn't mess with her stuff. Apparently, he has a habit of grabbing her toys, breaking things, and generally being a typical annoying little sibling. They don't see each other very often, only during the 1 week a month that Zara stays with her mom, so their bond isn't particularly strong. I promised her I'd respect her boundaries. If we were going to do this one big happy family Christmas thing, her gifts would be hers and hers alone. So Christmas rolls around, and my ex shows up with her son. Zara, bless her heart, is practically vibrating with excitement. She's bouncing around the house, shouting about opening presents, and honestly, it's adorable. We gather in the living room. There's a massive pile of gifts under the tree, all wrapped beautifully with Zara's name on them. My ex looks at the gifts and then at me, clearly puzzled. She asks which ones are for my son, and I tell her, none of them. They're all for Zara. It's her birthday and Christmas. Her expression shifts from confusion to something else, shock maybe? Or anger? I don't know. But it was clear she wasn't happy. Her son, meanwhile, is clutching a small wrapped present, a children's book. That's all she could afford to get him, apparently. At this point, Zara starts tearing into her presents. She's squealing with joy as she opens her new bike, her Kindle, and all the other things she's been dreaming of. My ex is just sitting there, seething quietly. Finally, she snaps. She asks me to step into the kitchen. As soon as we're alone, she starts hissing at me. How could you do this? How could you let Zara open all those gifts in front of my son when he only has one? I tell her calmly, these are Zara's presents. It's her birthday and Christmas. I'm not going to make her share her gifts. She accuses me of being cruel and selfish. She says I've created an unfair situation where her son has to watch Zara open gift after gift while he sits there with one book. Then she demands that Zara share her gifts, not just let her brother play with them. She wants him to open some of them. I shut that down immediately. I remind her of the promise I made to Zara. I told her these gifts were hers and hers alone. At this point, my ex loses it. Her voice starts rising, and she accuses me of doing all of this out of spite, to punish her for cheating, to humiliate her and her son. She calls me a sociopath, a monster, and a few other things I won't repeat here. My brother hears the shouting and comes into the kitchen. He tries to defuse the situation by pulling out some cash and offering to give it to her son. But I stop him. This isn't his problem, and it isn't about money. I turn to my ex and tell her, very clearly, "Get out of my house." She storms out, dragging her son behind her. Zara didn't see much of the argument, thankfully, but she did notice her mom leaving abruptly. I reassured her everything was fine and that she could keep enjoying her day. The next day, I got a long, angry text from my ex. She told me her son cried all day on Christmas because he felt left out and because he thought Zara was greedy. She said I could have avoided all of this by just letting him open a couple of gifts. Do I feel bad? Honestly, a little. Not for my ex, but for her son. He's just a kid, and none of this is his fault. But here's the thing. Zara deserves to have her day. She deserves to have her birthday and Christmas celebrated without being forced to give up what's hers to make someone else feel better. If my ex couldn't afford to buy her son more than one gift, that's not on me. It's not Zara's fault either. At the end of the day, I kept my promise to my daughter. I respected her boundaries and ensured she felt special on her birthday and Christmas. I want to apologize for that. But now I'm left wondering, was I too harsh? Should I have let him open one gift to keep the peace? So, Reddit, AITA?